Okay, so San Diego's lifestyle and our listings as well as the listings that we have within our town. My name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, along with my partner Santiago Guerin.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Hello, everyone. Looking forward to giving everyone a little bit more insight on the San Diego lifestyle of what everyone's looking for, what we like seeing, what are you know good things and bad things of the market. It's gonna be a good one today. So you want to go ahead and take over, Roxanne? Show us a little bit more.
Let's first talk about the real estate market of San Diego. So we are at a point where we have a lot of inventory, a lot of new construction, a lot of apartments, and all of them are rentals. So we have a lot of rental inventory, and
Yeah.
we don't have a whole lot of for sale inventory, both in terms of single family homes and condos and townhomes and you name it. We do not
And
have a whole lot of those.
and what do you think is causing this high inventory in rental properties compared to high inventory in listings and house for sale?
Well, I think we have an issue of affordability that we all are familiar with. Houses are very, very expensive, and our town in general is very, very expensive. So when COVID hit, we've always been traditionally very expensive, but we always also have been one of those major coastal cities in California alongside of LA, San Francisco, Santa Barbara. So we are one of those coastal cities that are highly desirable for people to live in. But we've always been more sleepy compared to LA and San Francisco. And LA and San Francisco have also the advantage that they have very strong job markets,
Yeah.
along with Orange County, which is not a city, it's more of the giant suburbs around LA, but nevertheless, they are also coastal, and they also have a lot of industry and a lot of jobs, and therefore their prices have always been higher than us until COVID hit. Once COVID hit, then all the people that were working in San Francisco and in San Jose and parts of LA and Santa Barbara. All the
Yeah.
people that were working in industrial places with good jobs now had a chance to work remotely, and therefore they decided to come to San Diego because San Diego, you can argue that some parts of San Diego are a lot more desirable than San Jose, for example. So all of a sudden, those buyers came in and paid the prices that they would have paid up in San Jose, and our prices overnight reached out to the prices that they've had, and that created the affordability crisis that we see. That is not the case with the rental market, though. That's
Yeah.
been the case um, with the
House for sales and yeah.
sale market, right?
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, we've had a lot of developers develop a lot of property too, because the city has put certain mandates. The state has put certain mandates. So all of a sudden, we have gotten lots and lots of new buildings spread out all over San Diego County, and by some report, 40% of these new construction rental properties are sitting there vacant. And that basically puts downward pressure
Yeah.
on the rental market, and the prices are going down in the rental market. So now, if you're looking at, we have some of those inventories, right? Like for
Yeah.
example, you have a two bedroom, two bath condo that that rents out for about 3,000 a month, right? And the same uh, 2 bedroom, 2 bath condo, which we actually just sold one and closed yesterday, right? For
Yep.
$650,000. So let me run that number and tell you how much that would be. So if we go with no money down at 6 point, which is right now our interest rates are about 6.75. So that comes to about 5,100 a month. So 5,100 a month, and you can rent that same condo for maximum that you would pay would be 3,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
So the hard question is, should I buy or should I rent?
Yeah.
So
A lot
what
of people. Yeah. I mean, it's a very like, you know, it's almost like a $2,000 difference, in payments. And I mean, some people that, especially right now, that jobs aren't like it's easy to have, and with inflation, having to spend more money on everyday goods, it makes it just so much harder for people to be able to like say, okay, I'm gonna take the hit, I'm gonna spend a little bit extra money here because I can save here. But since people can't save on that end, it makes you really start thinking things through a little bit more. So
think about it twice, or or I mean, if you were able to put 50% down, then that would change the name of the game,
yeah,
right? Because it would cut your cost in half. So, or even 30% down, cut your cost by a lot. Because in the long run, yes, you want to be a homeowner
yes,
because you want to start building equity. You want to start, having something of value under your wings. So it makes a difference. But,
yeah,
the short run, right now, affordability is on the side of renting rather than buying.
yeah,
So, but let's get into our MLS and see what is out there, because at the same time, we still have things selling. It's not like it's not like people are not buying. So
yeah.
let's take a look at the inventory. Let's take a look at what's out there and what you can get for the money, and um, and see what we see.
Let's see what's out there.
All right, so let me share a little bit, and let's go downtown. What do you say?
Let's go for it.
Okay, so if we go downtown and we look at, and let's go back by about, we'll go back to January 1st to see what's been selling, and we're going to go downtown. Now downtown has um uh many different areas, right?
Yep.
So we'll just explore
Beautiful.
different areas, and let's stay with 1 bedroom, 1 bath, just so that we have
A
uh
good reference
thing
point.
reference point of everything being the same. So, okay, all right. So, if we're going downtown, and let's see, we are here in Gaslamp District. Okay, so Gaslamp District, right by Harbor Drive, right by Petco Park. Okay, so and we're looking at a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 431 square feet, and let's take a look and see what we see. This is actually pretty nice.
Looks like a studio.
I don't think that this is actually for sale. I think that this might be Hard Rock. Yeah, this is Hard Rock Hotel. So this is actually, I believe that this is uh, not actually totally owned. So we're gonna move on from this, because I don't believe that the ones down in Hard Rock Cafe are actually owned. This is more of basically a shared situation.
I see.
Okay, so we're gonna go past the Hard Rock cafes that are at very low prices, and we'll see what we get after that. So now we're at an actual one bedroom, one bath
Yeah.
that that is more of what you get for a property that you own. This one is built in 2007, and let's see. So. Um, nice entrance in the building. And now we're in the unit. We have lots of nice views. Um, and we have a balcony. We have kind of a loft style open floor plan location. And this is more of a studio rather than a one
Yeah.
bedroom, right? So and a nice sized bath when you have washer and dryer inside. So so I would say this is a nice location. You don't have a pool, but you have a spa, which is nice. So you have outdoor space that looks like a deck, which is attractive. So and
I'm
this is
looking at that HOA fee, and it's pretty expensive for that studio.
HOA fees downtown are very, very high. That is right. $800 a month, and so that's a sizable amount that you have to pay. And it's this one is East Village, which is East Village is nice, but I don't know. It's East Village could be challenging because we have our homeless issues right now, and I don't know if that's something that everybody wants to deal with. So let's keep on moving around downtown. So now we're in Cortes Hill. And so let me actually pull up the map so that we can also look at the location of where these are, because we're talking about different locations. So if I go to Cortes Hill, um, Cortes Hill is part of downtown, and so you see this highlighted red area is part of downtown and is considered Cortes Hill. And so if this is all of downtown, you have Cortes Hill, you have Little Italy, you have the Marina District, which is this area. You have the Gaslamp Quarter, which is this area. So you have different areas within downtown that we're going to look at in terms of what's available for sale. So let's go back and look at this unit in Cortes Hill. So let's look at the specs. $470,000, one bedroom, one bath, 580 square feet. And it's also helpful to point out. We were talking about clear cooperation, and we were talking about
Yeah.
putting everything in the MLS. So what I'm sharing is actually right out of the MLS. These are not entirely our listings, but the MLS lets agents basically share information so that they can we can sell each other's properties, and this is a much more efficient way of basically selling properties, where you have an agent that represents the seller, you have an agent that represents the buyer, and we have the ability to go into the MLS, look at another agent's listing. In this case, the listing agent is Ryan Ponce, and then we can go ahead and show this unit to our buyers and then represent our buyer. The two agents work together to make a sale happen, which is
Yeah.
a very efficient way of conducting business.
Yeah, it would be a hassle having to find stuff on your own. You know, this makes it a lot easier. So
This makes it a lot easier. Exactly. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, which is in Cortes Hill neighborhood. And so you're basically on the east side of downtown. And Nice unit. You have a balcony and you have easterly views. Looks like you will have views of Balboa Park and the mountains, which is also very nice. It's a corner unit. So I guess in this unit, it's all about the views,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And but you have a separate bedroom, which is nice to have
Yeah.
your separate bedroom.
Compared to the studio, you know.
Mm, exactly. And another thing that I like about downtown is that you have really spacious bathrooms. You see how large this bathroom is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the building, and the entrance to the building, which is pretty cool. Okay,
Then
so
also the HOA fee, if you look at that one's also expensive.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna find HOAs for
Anything less than that.
little. Let's go to some other areas. Let's go to Front Street, which falls into Marina District. And if I'm looking at Marina District, I'm basically looking at this part, right? This would be the Marina District. So you have Little Italy up here, and then you have Marina District down here. And so let's look at this unit. One bedroom, one bath, 737 square feet, and priced at 560. So you also see that the prices change drastically from,
Yeah.
like, for example,
Cool.
Court Hill
Yeah.
to this area, right? So let's see what we see. But typically, you're much closer to the water in Marina District than you are to Cortes Hill. So that's another reason why prices go up.
Yeah.
So
And this is beautiful. It looks a lot more spacious compared to the other two.
right, yeah. Okay. Ooh, I like this. What do you think?
Is it like a shared balcony just covered off by that, or is that the bedroom on the other side?
No, I think that's a shared balcony.
I don't think I've seen that before.
Oh, let's see. And looks like you're right across the street from the convention center.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And you have a separate bedroom, which is nice. And again, one of the things about downtown is a spacious bathroom.
Yeah.
And of course, washer and dryer. You always want to have that inside, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that view.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's the building, right? Well,
Mm,
it's got a pool.
it's got a pool. That looks like the common area. So nice common area. That looks like the kitchen within the common area. You have the conference room. And I think you may be right. You may be right that this is the actual outside of the building. That is the building.
Yeah. Very
So
nice.
let's see. Oh yeah. Yep. This is in Pinnacle Marina Tower. So that is the building for sure. And look at the HOA fees here.
Yeah, that's that one's that one's something. Yeah, that's hard to, you know.
Hard to stomach. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and parking spaces. You have two parking spaces. They're tandem, but you still
Two
have
parking spaces though. Yeah,
nice. Right.
which is good.
Okay, so you know what? Let's now move on to some other areas and see what we see. So in our mm, information, we were also talking about coastal living. So
Yeah.
let's go to why don't we go to Del Mar and see what we
Yeah.
see up in Del Mar now. In Del Mar, I think what we want to do, I guess, for the sake of comparison, let's stick around with the one bedroom, one bath, which Del Mar does not have a whole lot of that. But let's just for comparison reasons, let's take a look and see
Yeah.
what we see. Okay, so I'm seeing two. So one bedroom, one bath, 800 square feet. And this one is courtesy of Christine Capel of Compass, and priced at $699,000. And let's see where it is located. So it's located west of 5. And for audience, in case that our audience doesn't know, if you are located west of 5, you are considered to be more desirable than east of 5, and prices are also higher west of 5 than they are east of 5. And
And
5
that's just in the border of
uh,
it too.
say that again.
You might get some traffic. You might hear some. You might be able to hear some traffic unless the windows are, you know, it's
That is
very close to
right.
the freeway.
So that might be the reason why you can get this property for 699. So let's take a look and see, because there's another unit that is essentially the same square footage for double the price. So the reason why this one is at a better price, is most likely the proximity to the freeway. But you have parking garages, which is nice and desirable. And I also like when the door opens to the outside rather than to a hallway situation. That's always nicer to have. And it looks like the complex does have the pool, and you're only about 1.5 miles over to the beach, which is also very nice. So there's the proximity to water. And then from there on, we're moving closer to the water. So now, look, you're west of 5, and you are way away from Freeway 5, and that's what it takes. See, closer to the water, definitely nicer, no highway noise. But in order for you to get that, you have to pretty much
Yeah.
double your budget, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, HOA fees are only $400. And
Yeah.
when we were downtown, we were looking at HOA fees for $800.
Yeah.
So there's a $400 saving per month.
Yeah.
So let's see what we see here. Okay. And so you are within proximity to the water. You can pretty much walk to the water. This is actually right across, almost a walking distance to our Del Mar office. So very
Yeah.
close by. And you're right across from the park, which is also very nice. And so on the inside, light and bright, with a very nice kitchen, a very nice updated kitchen, right? And looks like you also have a separate bedroom, which is nice. You have a updated bathroom, and I love this tile. It shows very well, and the complex is very pleasant. It doesn't look like it has very many amenities. But why do you need amenities when you're right across from the park, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think this is where we're gonna have to leave our audience. We looked at some properties downtown. We looked at some properties up in the coastal areas, and we compared some lifestyle choices. And audience, if you are thinking of buying or selling in San Diego or anywhere in the U.S., we would love to be your realtors, and you are welcome to reach out to me. There's my phone number. You are welcome to reach out to Santi. There's his phone number, and you can also reach us on our website, or if you are on Instagram, you can follow us on Instagram, and we would really appreciate that. And let's see, what else can we share? Of course,
Yeah.
Facebook.
I mean, we're everywhere. We're everywhere for you guys. So, feel free to reach out to us, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe. We're here to help you. Any questions that come up, we're more than glad to help. So, don't be scared to reach out to us.
And make it a great day, everyone.
Of course, always. Bye, everyone.